Hi. Strengthening, lengthening, opening, Vinyasa yoga flow practice. The usual keywords mind, body, breath. Nothing too complicated or crazy, just a smooth mind, body, soul yoga flow. Let's get started from the child's pose. Walk your fingers forward. First, bend your elbows to let the elbows drop down. Soften your shoulders. Feel free to open your knees a little wider so you can release your ribs between your thighs. Allow your hips sink down to your heels. Allow yourself to feel the gravity. Take a couple of inhales and exhales here. Inhale, create space. Exhale, let go all you no longer need, no longer serves you. Inhale, fill up your belly, fill up your ribs. Exhale fully, slowly, completely. Warm up the body from inside out just with your beautiful breath. Soften your shoulders, soften your neck. Breathe between your shoulder blades as well, to the back side of your body. Giving yourself a little massage from inside out. Start to reach your fingers forward. You can come up to your fingertips. Make a little space for the side bodies. Still gently pulling the shoulders back. Allowing the hips sink down to your heels. Creating space between your ribs. And exhale, allow the chest melt down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, feel the gravity. Now start to walk your hands towards the right front corner of your mat. Set the right hand on top of your left. Gently press the left elbow, left armpit down. Now walk your hands to the opposite directions. Set the left hand on top of your right hand and press the right armpit, right shoulder down. Feel the right side of your body stretching. Release. Walk your fingers forward one more time. Come up to your fingertips. Really creating a lot of space, a lot of length for the side bodies, for the whole spine. Slowly find your way to your all fours. Couple of cat cows. Follow your breath. Inhale, open your chest, melt your heart. Exhale, round tailbone under. Inhale, arch your spine, open your shoulders. Exhale, connect to your core, press the hands down, tailbone under. Inhale, melt your heart. Exhale, around, ribs in. Inhale, widen your sit bones, broaden your collarbones. And exhale, around, hug in. Neutral spine. Lean the hips down to your heels to your child's pose. Reach your fingers forward. Tail under. Start to round through your spine, through your cat. Lower the hips down. Open your heart. And then rolling back. Widen your sit bones. A tail up first. Through arching. Round again. Back into your child's pose. Hips down to your heels. Inhale, slowly articulating through your spine. Roll through. Rounding, lower the hips. Open your chest. Outer rotation. And exhale, tail up first. Push yourself back into your child's pose. start by rounding, shifting the body weight forward. And then exhale, start by arching, tail up first. And then turn to tailbone under, hips down to your child's pose. Keep going, inhale, roll. Body weight forward, open your heart. And exhale, roll the body weight back. Release the hips down to your heels. Inhale. And exhale. Reach your fingers a little further. Tuck your toes under and lift your hips up to your down dog. Let's do the same from your down dog. But first, create length for the side bodies, pressing away from the floor. Widen your sit bones up to the ceiling. Create that length for your spine, for the side bodies first. Then start to press your heels down, lengthen your knees. Find stillness. So we are never really still, something always happening. So inhale, always creating more space, pressing away from the floor. Exhale, grounding the heels a little closer to the floor, activating the core, navel in and up. Gently hugging the ribs in, externally rotating shoulders, internally rotating elbows. Nice, and start to roll the body weight forward. Let's go through the rolls here as well. And then bend your knees, bend your elbows slightly, and through arching, press the hips up, chest back into your down dog. Inhale, tailbone under, really rounding the lower back first, shoulders forward, lower the hips, open your heart. Soften your elbows in the knees and press yourself back into your down dog. Use the floor. Articulation of the spine. This is your warm-up. Inhale, body weight forward. Lower the hips, open your shoulders. And exhale, strongly pressing away from the floor, sending the hips up to the ceiling. Inhale, roll the body weight forward. Exhale, push the chest back, hips up. And then just start to walk your feet forward, arrive to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, relax the neck, relax the head down. Inhale, halfway lift, body weight forward. Exhale, release down. Inhale, press your shins with your fingers to lengthen. And exhale, release down. Inhale, halfway lift. This time stay here, micro-bend your knees. Use your core and through the length, come all the way up to standing, arms overhead. Exhale, hands together to your heart center. Inhale, send your arms up overhead. With your right, grab your left wrist and pull the left arm up and over. Bend the body over to your left. Right shoulder forward, open the left shoulder. Body weight even on your feet. Between two walls, you are to the side bending. Navel in and up. Come back to the center. Now swap the other way around. Left pulls the right arm up and over. Right away, the left shoulder forward, open the right shoulder a little more. Keep the body between two walls. Just lengthening through the length to bend. Come back to the center. Reach up to the ceiling, cactus the arms, open your chest, elbows, shoulders back. Really squeeze the elbows behind you, the shoulder blades behind you. Then you can interlace the fingers behind your back, squeeze the heels of your hands together, open your heart. Just elevating. And if it feels okay, you can drop your head back and start to reach the fist a little closer to the floor. Maybe find your hamstrings, pushing the hips forward, lifting the chest up, still trying to create space for the lower back. Walk the hands a little higher. to your sacrum and slowly roll up. Rotate the shoulders back and down. Inhale, arms up over your head. Exhale, fold forward. Relax the neck. Now find your big toes with your peace fingers. Feet can be hip distance apart. Bend your knees. Make sure you can bring the ribs to your thighs first. So really bring the ribs to your thighs, broaden your collarbones, look forward. And then with the help of your chest, you start to push the knees back. Lengthen your knees, relax the neck. Top of your head closer to your mat, closer to your toes. You can bend your elbows to the side, shoulders away from the ears, and try to bring the body weight a little more onto your toes. Maybe lighten your heels just a little. Press the big toes down. Pull the spine down, creating that length. Once again, strengthening, lengthening, opening. Inhale, release, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down. Step your feet back to your high plank and flow through your vinyasa. Shift the shoulders forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up to the ceiling, three-legged dog. Feel free to open your hips right away. Bend your right knee. Bring the heel closer to your glute to activate the hamstring. Really open your hips. Keep the shoulders square to start with. Press the chest back. Start to lift your left heel high up. Bring the body weight forward and look over your left shoulder. Can you find your right toes? Find your tail. And now cross the right knee underneath your belly towards the left armpit. Shoulders on top of your wrist. Make a circle and send the right leg back up to the ceiling to your three-legged dog. Keep the knee bent, hips open. Go again. Lift the left heel high up. Shift the body weight forward. Take a twist. Look over your left shoulder. Find your tail. Cross the knee underneath your belly towards the opposite armpit. To your right and send the knee back up to the ceiling. Body weight back. Lower the left heel down, chest back. Again, lift the left heel high up. Really slow-mo. Shift the body weight forward. Look over your left shoulder. Find your tail. Cross the knee underneath your belly. Circle around and send your knee back up to the ceiling. Chest back. Left heel down. And this time, just bring the right knee into your nose. Make space so you can step the right foot between your hands. Set the heel down before your toes if possible. Hover the left knee off the floor and come up to your double bent leg. Always check the hip alignment first. Level your hips. Lift from the lower core. Lengthen the space between your lowest ribs and your hips. Inner thighs active. Send your arms up to the ceiling. You can micro bend the left knee behind you. Don't quite lock it. With your right, pull the left arm up and over, bend over to your right. Again, pull the navel in and up. Try to keep the hips square. Tailbone a little more pointing down. So micro bend your left knee behind you. Come back to the center. Swap the arms the other way around. And now your left pulls the right arm up and over. Navel in and up. Again, try to keep the hips square. Don't let the left hip open. Rotate the left inner thigh up to the ceiling. Lengthen your waist. Come back to the center. Release the arms. Cactus. Push the chest forward. Shoulders, elbows back. Interlace the fingers behind you. Squeeze the heels of your hands together if that's available. Open your heart. Maybe look up to the ceiling. Lean the body weight forward, 45 degree. Take a little hop forward and find your warrior three. Left leg behind you. Rotate the left inner thigh up to the ceiling. Flex your toes down. Left leg really active. Parallel line with the floor. Now bend your knees. Can you tap the left knee to your right calf? Inhale, extend the heel back behind you, back into your warrior three. Exhale, tap the knee behind your calf. And inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend. And this time start to open the left hip, flex your toes out to the side, bend your right knee a little more and take a big step back to your warrior one. Lower the left heel down, press the outer edge of your left foot down. Try to square your hips. Open your heart, extend the fist down. Humble warrior, fold forward at your hips. Get the right shoulder inside your right knee, inside the right thigh. And then start to extend your fingers over your head, aiming to get the forehead a little closer to the floor. But try to find a squareness at the same time, pulling the right hip back, left thigh bone forward, inner thighs active. Feeling the ground underneath you, squeezing the heels into the center line. Slowly find your way up. Release your arms. Bring the arms up overhead and then open to your warrior two. You can toe heel the right foot in, a little heels in one line. Lengthen side bodies. Lower the left hip down, lengthen the right waist. Reverse the warrior, palm facing up and over, side body stretch. Hug your ribs in gently, lift from the lower core. Come back to your warrior two. Extended side angle, left or the right elbow better on your right side, left arm reaches up overhead. Once again, make space. Now bring the left hand behind you, find your right hip crease, so you can rotate the left shoulder open a little more, half pint. Maybe a full pint, drop the right shoulder down inside your thigh, find your fingertips or your left wrist. If you got the full bind and you work with Bird of Paradise, shift the gaze down and step your left foot forward, walk the left foot forward. Start to shift the body weight onto your left, slowly lifting the right heel off the floor and making your way up to standing, holding your bind, pressing the left big toe mount down to help you balance. Once you get upright, open your shoulders and then start to extend your right leg to the side to arrange. One focus point in front of you. And slowly, same way, make your way down. Bring the right foot down. Keep your bind. Start to open your feet about mat distance apart, toes pointing forward. And then see if you can start to extend your knees a little more. Maybe the right arm pulls the left arm a little straighter. And you can twist, look up over your left shoulder. Beautiful. Release. Ragdoll. Swing the body side to side. Hold your opposite elbows. Bending your knees right and left. Letting go. Inhale. Half a lift. Exhale. Hands down. Step your feet back for Vinyasa. Hug the elbows in. Body weight forward. Inhale, up dog, cobra. And exhale, use your core to lift your hips up back into your downward facing dog. Let's work on the other side. Inhale. Lift your left leg up to the ceiling, three-legged dog. Open your hips, bend your knee, activate your hamstring. Keep the body weight back first. Press the right heel a little closer to the floor. Activate your left hamstring. Hug your ribs in gently. And then start to lift your right heel high up. Start to shift the body weight forward. Shoulders over your wrist. Look over your right shoulder. Can you find your tail? Now cross the left knee underneath you towards your right shoulder. left shoulder, and send your left knee back up to the ceiling, chest back, right heel closer to the floor. Keep going, go really slow mo. Lift your right heel high up, look over your right shoulder, find your tail, find your twist. Now cross the knee underneath your belly, hug your ribs in. To your left shoulder and send it back up to the ceiling. One more. Lift your right heel high up. Shift the body weight forward, find your tail. Cross the knee underneath your belly. Cross it over and circle it up to the ceiling. Now just bring your left knee into your nose. Make space. Again, can you set the heel down before your toes? Maybe. And then start to bend your right knee. Hover it off the floor. Double bent leg. Bring your body upright. Square your hips. Lengthen the lower back, your waist. Start to extend your right knee back behind you. Don't quite lock it, keep it micro bent. So you get to keep the tailbone under a little more. With your right, first pull the left arm up and over. Left shoulder forward to lengthen the left side of your body as well. Inner thighs active, squeezing into the center line. Bring the body upright. And now with your right, grab your left wrist and pull the left arm up and over. This time the right shoulder forward to lengthen the right side of your body as well. Always creating that space, that opening to deepen. Come back to the center. Release your hands. Start to cactus the arms behind you. Try to push the heart forward. Squeeze the shoulder blades behind you. So it's really a heart opening already here. Then we are ready to interlace the fingers. Squeeze the heels of your hands together. Extend your elbows. Maybe look up to the ceiling to check your balance. Lean the body weight forward, 45 degrees. Take a little hop forward and start to find your warrior three. Rotating the right inner thigh up to the ceiling, flexing your right toes down, parallel line with the floor. Inhale here. Exhale, bend the right knee to tap your left calf. Inhale, extend back into a warrior three. Exhale, bend and tap. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend. And this time start to open your right hip, flex your right toes out to the side, bend your left knee a little more to take a big step back. Warrior one for the humble warrior. So you can always widen your feet a little here. Press the outer edge of your right foot down, open your heart, and then fold forward inside your left thigh. Get the shoulder inside your knee first. Then start to bend your left knee a little deeper to get the forehead close to the floor, extending the fingers over your head. Still aiming for the squareness. Square your hips, left hip back. Press the outer edge of your right foot down, really using that strength of your feet to square from feet up. Slowly bring the body upright. Release your arms, fingers up to the ceiling and open to your warrior two. Toe heel the left foot in a little, heels in one line. Still pressing that outer edge of your back foot down. Lower the right hip, lengthen the left waist. Flip the palm facing up and reverse the warrior up and over, side body stretch. Creating that beautiful curve. A lot of space between the ribs. And squeezing the sit bones closer together, just a little here. Always protecting the lower back. And then extended side angle, left elbow on your left thigh. Right arm reaches up overhead. Again, creating that space. Bring the right elbow behind you. Find your half bind to rotate the right shoulder open a little more. And if full bind is available for you, drop the left shoulder inside your thigh and see if you can find your fingertips or your right wrist with your left fingers. Maybe pull the right arm a little straighter. Open your heart. Bird of Paradise. Walk your right foot forward, facing front. Shift the body weight onto your right. Lift the left heel off the floor and slowly make your way up to standing. Keep pressing the right big toe mound down. Always helps you to balance. Once you find yourself upright, try to lengthen the right hip flexor, pushing your hips forward a little. And then start to extend your left leg to the side to arrange. Try to keep your shoulders open. Top of your head reaching up to the ceiling. With the same control, find your way down. Ground your left foot down. And then start to open your feet once again, mat distance apart. See if you have space to lengthen your knees a little more. Maybe pull the right arm a little straighter to open the right shoulder and find a twist. And slowly release. Ragdoll, find your opposite elbows or just let your arms hang down. Now let's try to find a Tittibhasana, Firefly pose. For that one, you gotta get your both shoulders under your knees. So hold your calves and see if you can dive your shoulders under your knees, under your thighs. You can always walk the feet a little closer so you really get to squeeze in with your legs. Now start to reach your hands behind you, fingers facing forward, and slowly start to lower your hips so you get the body weight to your upper arms. Keep squeezing in with your knees and see if you can start to lighten your feet off the floor. Really squeeze in with your inner thighs. You can hook your toes. The other way around. Maybe extending right leg and bend. Extending left, bend. Maybe extending both. Really squeeze in with your inner thighs. Use your core, shoulders round in a little. The space between your shoulder blades is rounding up. Nice. And once you're ready, set your hips down. Baddha Konasana. Bring the soles of your feet together. Let the knees open to the side. You can bounce up and down. Open your feet like a book. And let's go rounding first. So really open your feet. Chin into your chest and start to round down, bringing your forehead a little closer to your toes. Try to keep the shoulders away from the ears. So allow the shoulders to drop down while you round. You can use your elbows to press the thighs open. Get your forehead a little closer to your belly button, really bringing the forehead in and rounding a little more. Roll up, and this time we go through the length. So push your heart forward, shoulders back, bend your elbows back, really widen your sit bones, and through the length, bringing the chest down first, then your chin a little closer to the floor, like you wanna roll over to your front sitting bones through the length. And slowly bring your body upright. Bring your knees pointing up to the ceiling. Open your feet about hip distance apart. Cross your elbows. Hold your opposite shoulders. And really, really slowly control. Roll down onto your back. Use your deep core. The shoulders, the back of your head. Really last. Now open your feet about mat distance apart. And drop your knees over to your right. Maybe set the right heel on top of your left thigh to press the left knee closer to the floor. Intensify the inner rotation. Always careful with your knee though. Flex your feet gently. You can open the left arm to the side. You can turn your head, look over your left fingers, or just let the back of your head rest on the floor, allowing the left shoulder to sink down the ribs on the left hand side. Slowly release. Open your feet again, mat distance apart. Drop your knees over to your left and maybe set the left heel on top of your right thigh to press the right knee a little deeper down. Careful with the knee. Open the right arm to the side, turn your head over or keep looking up to the ceiling. Just allow the ribs on the right hand side soften down. Breathe to your lower belly. Calming breath. Slowly release. Hug the knees into your chest. Give yourself a final hug. Lengthen the tailbone down. Back of your head down. Hug the knees in a little tighter. Lengthen your whole spine. Great one for detox, for digestion, to re-energize. And then once you're ready, final Savasana. Extend your legs in front of you, arms down by your side. Feel free to open your arms and your legs a little wider, whatever feels good here. Allow the hips feel heavy, the back of your shoulders, your heels, the back of your head, all sinking through the floor. Allow the gravity to hold you, to pull you down a little deeper. And you just let go of all. Enjoy the feeling after the mind, body, soul flow, mind, body, soul practice. If you're not in a rush, stay longer. Just listen to your breath. Feel the vibration inside your body. Spreading through from your toes to your fingers to the top of your head. Feel the blood circulating freely. And feel that space you created. Space for new, beautiful, exciting things to come. Say a big thank you to yourself when you're ready to leave. Take care. Namaste.